free college football picks, Week 5, Part 3. I'm Tony T here with our college football pick show here for a Wednesday. We're going to have 9 games for your Saturday college football. This is Part 3. We'll get them all done here. We'll do them in parts throughout the week. Before we get to just a couple things, just subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like NFL, like a Major League Baseball. Of course, NBA is just a month away, and NHL as well. So making it a great time to subscribe. And also, if you would, support our channel with that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. And of course, don't forget to visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers. Click the links to the hot cappers, get signed up to our long-term passes. Hot cappers like Ramon Scott for the year, 35, 56 units of profit. Joseph Schultz doing well. Collins Brown, hottest capper last 30 days. Nick Vartini up there. Yours truly, Sean Dinwiddie. Of course, last 7 days it's been Ramon, Collins, Hollywood Sam, Nick. Of course, coming off a good day is Ramon and Pravi. Mindy up there as well. Click the links, get signed up to our long-term passes. And of course, you'll find our latest print picks here center of the page with our best bets. Each capper can designate a play on their card as a best bet from each of one per sport. We have our $15 print pick promotional, a multi-pack, and we have just introduced props. That's right, we are selling props. We are documenting props so the cappers can sell the props, and the records will be kept on our leaderboard. So there you go, documented props for sale now. Not so much overnight. Day of the game, when they're released, you'll see them there. So keep an eye there. Also, I will announce that the props, if you have a long-term subscription, props are included in your long-term subscription. So extra features there. We got props. Actually, parlays are not too far away. I know we're actually, again, an innovator in this industry. We are coming in with a lot of features on our site. Props is one of them. You guys love the props, but nobody knows who's winning, who's losing out there. They just get people just giving out props. But we're going to document our premium prop picks, and they're available for sale and also available for long-term subscribers as part of the long-term subscription at no additional charge. So the good news there on the props. Also, guys, we mentioned here to visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. Of course, don't forget that promo code. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access our page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, get signed up. Always love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments, and we are looking for cappers. Apply on that home page. Now's the time, guys. You've been asking for props, so get those apps in. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this one started. Kansas and Texas college football pick for Saturday. Kansas here. They improved to 4-0 at 38-27 home victory to BYU. Jayhawks rushed for 221 yards. They held the Cougars at 9 yards rushing, but 357 passing yards on 51 attempts and had a +3 turnover margin. Jayhawks turned the ball over 3 times into 21 points. Jalen Daniels hit on 14 of 19 passes for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns. He averaged 6.8 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 54 yards. Texas improved to 4-0. With that 38-6 road win at Baylor, the Longhorns rushed for 175 yards. They limited the Bears to 2 yards per rush with 305 yards passing on 53 attempts. Quinn Ewers, he hit on 18 of 23 for 293 yards with a touchdown. He averaged 12.7 yards per pass attempt and had a rushing touchdown. Kansas, in their lone road game, gave up 24 to a down Nevada team. Longhorns pounded the Jayhawks last year, 55-14 on the road. Play here, Texas -17. Baylor versus UCF college, a football pick. Here we go for Saturday. Baylor fell to 1-3 after their 38-6 home defeats at Texas. Bears rushed for 2 yards a carry. They surrendered 175 rushing yards to the Longhorns with 328 passing on 25 attempts. Blake Shapen missed the game due to knee injury in his day-to-day. Sawyer Robertson, 20 of 35 for 203 yards and an interception. He averaged 5.8 yards per attempt and has not been accurate. UCF moves to 3-1, a 44-31 road defeat to Kansas State. Knights rushed for 4 yards a carry. They surrendered 281 yards rushing to the Wildcats with 255 passing on 42 attempts. John Rice Plumlee missed the past 2 games due to injury and is questionable here. Timmy McClain hit on 14 of 24 for 264 yards with 3 touchdowns and an interception. He rushed for 15 yards but allowed 11 yards per pass attempt. Baylor's offense took a hit with Shapen injured. Knights rush defense to concern. McClain doesn't run like Plumlee did. Bears defense has performed well against the pass. Play here, Baylor +12.5. USF and Navy college football pick. Here we go. Action on Saturday. USF is 2-2 after their 42-29 home victory to the Rice Owls. Bulls rushed for 162 yards. They limited the Owls to 1 yard per rush with 491 passing yards on 50 attempts. Byron Brown hit on 22 of 29 for 435 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 15 yards per attempt and rushed for 82 yards and a touchdown. Navy 1-2 after their 28-24 road defeat at Memphis. Midshipmen rushed for 299 yards on 50 carries. They surrendered 190 rushing yards to the Tigers with 218 passing on 35 attempts. Ty Lavatai hit on 10 of 19 for 133 yards and a touchdown. He had 14 rushes for 30 yards. Now USF, good offensive team, averaging 440 yards. Navy's defense allowing nearly 5 yards to carry on the ground. USF is doing a good job in running defense this season. Play here USF plus the 4. Indiana and Maryland college football pick. This one here goes off on Saturday. All right. In this one, Indiana 2-2 after their 29-27 home overtime victory to Akron. Hoosiers rushed for under 3 yards a carry against this MAC school. They did allow 283 yards rushing to the Zips with 211 passing on 44 attempts. Tavon Jackson hit on 11-26 for 190 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 7.3 yards per pass attempt. Maryland 4-0 after that 31-9 road victory at Michigan State. Terrapins rushed for 4.5 yards a carry. They allowed over 3 yards a carry to the Spartans with 274 passing yards on 45 attempts. Talia Tagovailoa completed 21 of 36 passes for 223 yards with 3 touchdowns and an interception. He rushed for 37 yards and a touchdown. Tagovailoa averaged 6.2 yards per pass attempt. Hoosiers, they sit 104th in total offense. The 490 yards they allowed to Akron, just a massive concern in this road game. Maryland is moving the football for 450 yards, 5.1 yards per rush to complete a really good pass attack. Indiana is 104th in the nation total offense. Play here, Maryland minus 14. Ball State versus Western Michigan in college football pick. Here we go. Action on Saturday. Ball State fell to 1-3, a 40-3 home defeat to Georgia Southern. Cardinals rushed for only 37 yards on 28 carries. They surrendered 6 yards per rush. The Eagles with 363 passing yards on 50 attempts. Freshman Caden Simonza hit on 11-23 for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. Western Michigan is 1-3 after their 49-31 road defeat at Toledo. Broncos allowed 35 points in the second half. They rushed for 230 yards on 55 carries. Western Michigan allowed 269 yards running to the Rockets with 228 passing yards on 24 attempts. Trayson Bourget hit on 12 of 22 for 160 yards and an interception. He averaged 7.3 yards per pass attempt. Each team committed 4 turnovers. I just prefer Bourget over this freshman Simonza here. Broncos averaging 46 rush attempts per game and gaining 4.3 yards a carry. Ball State is surrendering 4.5 yards per rush to their opponents. Play here, Western Michigan minus the 1. Bowling Green and Georgia Tech college football pick. Here we go. Action for Saturday. Bowling Green fell to 1-3 with their 38-7 home defeat to Ohio Bobcats. Falcons fell behind 31-zip at the half. The team rushed for 4.5 yards a carry. They held the Bobcats to just over 3 yards per rush with 201 passing yards on 19 attempts. Bowling Green had a -3 turnover margin with 2 fumbles returned for Ohio touchdowns. Connor Bazelak hit on 17 of 32 for 104 yards with 2 interceptions. They averaged only 3.3 yards per attempt. Georgia Tech 2-2 after their 30-16 road win at Wake Forest. Yellow Jackets rushed for 158 yards. They surrendered 224 yards rushing to the Demon Deacons with 162 passing yards on 30 attempts. Haynes King completed 16 of 27 for 222 yards with 2 touchdowns and an interception. He averaged 8.2 yards per attempt and had 53 rushing yards. Falcons sit 119th in total offense this year with struggles in both the run and passing game. Yellow Jackets defense 118th in the nation by allowing 425 yards a game. They allow 5.7 yards per rush and 7.6 yards per pass attempt. Georgia Tech 19th in total offense behind 480 yards a game average. The Yellow Jackets offense should be able to generate offense against this MAC defense behind King. Georgia Tech leaky defense makes it difficult to lay over 3 touchdowns. Play here, Bowling Green and Georgia Tech over 52.5. Illinois and Purdue college football pick. Here we go for action on Saturday. Illinois 2-2 on the year. A 23-17 home victory to FAU. Final Illini overcame a 10-zip deficit after one quarter. They rushed for 207 yards. On defense, they limited the Owls' run game to 4 yards per attempt and allowed 256 yards passing on 49 attempts. Luke Altmaier hit on 25 of 36 for 303 yards with a touchdown. He averaged 8.4 yards per attempt and had a rushing touchdown. Purdue fell to 1-3 after a 38-17 home defeat to Wisconsin. Boilermakers rushed for 194 yards. They surrendered 195 yards on the ground. The Badgers with 193 passing on 28 attempts. Hudson Card hit on 21 of 38 for 202 yards, 2 interceptions, as well as a lost fumble. He averaged just 5.3 yards per attempt and had 54 yards rushing with a touchdown. Purdue has won 6 of 7 against Illinois. Final Illini sits 116th in total defense by allowing 4.7 yards per rush. Boilermakers' ability to move the ball on the Badgers is encouraging. Play Purdue here at a pick'em. Missouri versus Vanderbilt college football pick. Here we go for Saturday. Missouri moves to 4-0. A 34-27 home victory to Memphis. Missouri rushed for 201 yards. They held the Memphis under 3 yards a carry, but 316 passing yards on 47 attempts. Brady Cook, 18 of 25 for 341 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 13.5 yards per pass attempt. But Cook is questionable and will likely be a game-time decision here. Sam Horn is the backup, went 3 of 5 for 54 yards with a touchdown and pick in mop-up duty against South Dakota, an FCS school. Vanderbilt fell to 2-3, a 45-28 home defeat to Kentucky. Commodores were down 21-zip after one quarter. The team rushed for 3.5 yards a carry. They surrendered 160 rushing yards to the Wildcats with 205 passing yards on 29 attempts. A.J. Swan, 16 of 40 for 189 yards and 3 interceptions. He averaged just 4.7 yards per pass attempt. Swan is questionable with an elbow injury. Some are reporting closer to doubtful. Senior Ken Seals is a backup. He's seen work. He has seen work here in 20 games in his college career at Vanderbilt. He has been plagued, though, by interceptions, throwing a total of 18 and 17 games in 2020 and 2021. He saw relief work last week, hitting 4 of 7 for 42 yards and a touchdown against Kentucky. Vanderbilt covered the past 2 in this series. This is the first true road game for Missouri. Commodores has shown the ability to move football through the air, averaging 277 yards a game and 7.5 yards per pass attempt. Opponents are completing 63% of their passes on the Tigers' defense. Concerned about Horn starting this game for Missouri in this road spot. At least Seal has experience. Player Vanderbilt plus 13.5. New Mexico and Wyoming college football pick for action on Saturday. New Mexico 2-2 after a 34-31 road overtime win at UMass. Lobos rushed for 3.5 yards per attempt. They did allow 197 yards rushing to the Minutemen with 298 passing yards on 25 attempts. Dylan Hopkins completed 9 of 17 for 192 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 11.3 yards per pass attempt and had a rushing touchdown. Wyoming improved to 3-1. A 22-19 home victory at Appalachian State. The Cowboys rushed for 177 yards with poor pass production. They surrendered 217 rushing yards to the Mountaineers with 200 yards passing on 40 attempts. Wyoming overcame a 19-7 deficit with 2 touchdowns in the final 3.5 minutes. The game winner came on a blocked field goal attempt for a touchdown. Andrew Peasley, returning from injury, 5 of 15 here for 31 yards and an interception. He averaged 2.1 yards per attempt there. Lobos had been held to 17 or fewer points in 8 straight games against FBS opponents until last week. You know what? Peasley's health a concern based on his play from last week. Not confident with the Lobos offense to generate points. This under is 6-0 in their past 6 meeting. Play here New Mexico and Wyoming under 42. All right, that was our college football pick show here for action on Saturday. This was week 5, part 3. We already have 20 games up there, so a total of 29 now for Saturday's action. Guys, so check out our channel for that. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like NFL, like Major League Baseball, NHL not too far away, NBA in about a month. So make sure you subscribe. Also, if you would support our channel with that like, that thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to visit our site, TonySpicks.com. We're a multi-capper site for our best plays. Our premium picks are there. We are now offering prop picks for sale. Also, individual plays, as well as one-day passes on the profit guarantee as well for you there. So excellent with our product for you now. All right. Remember to use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. Find the link to our site in the description. All right, lots of picks come out throughout the day. I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you guys soon.